pigeon looks wet.
I think they were in the fountain.
Yeah, this one was, I think, in the fountain.
They go when they eat, they go to the fountain to drink water.
I got you. Spit a freestyle, Joe.
Hi, Tom.
Boogie Bob and Jordan Joe. What's poppin', everybody? It's your old pal, Boogie Bob, along with his faithful sidekick and strictly plutonic soulmate. It's Jordan Joe.
How you doing, Kevin? How is everything?
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Brooklyn.
Joe, why do you say hi to Kevin, but you don't say hi to David Young?
How you doing, David?
That's racist. Joe's being racist, David.
Yeah, but David,
I apologize on behalf of the Boogie Bob show for Joe discriminating against one of my longest, dearest, beautiful OGs in the game, David Young.
OJ?
Yeah, how you doing, OJ? I said OG, Joe, not OJ. OJ's not in here, I don't think.
It's Miami.
He's in Miami. He is in Miami. He's looking for the real killers. So hopefully, after 25 years, OJ will find them. I will tell you this, Joe. I've had a lot of bad dealings with the police in my life. And when the OJ trial happened, I was on my knees with a Bible praying that he would be exonerated, and he was, and I cried. I was so happy. I was completely blinded to the fact that he was the killer. There is a book, Letters to OJ. I'm in the book. My letter made it in the book to OJ. OJ was a Bay Area boy, believe it or not. Grew up in San Francisco.
He grew up in your neighborhood.
He grew up in San Francisco, far from me, but went on to become a big, famous football player, one of the greatest who ever lived. Then he became a spokesman for Hertz Rent-A-Car, and he was in movies like Naked Gun 1.5.
He became a playboy.
Very, very, very talented. He became a playboy, much like me. And, you know, the guy, you never, ever, ever heard a word about him. So it's so shocking to hear these horrible tapes of him beating up his wife, Nicole Brown Simpson. And then, again, I'm very skeptical of the police. When they arrested me, they told me if I confessed, I could go home and be in work. 6 a.m. I could be at work in time for my job. 9 days later, I'm still in jail after I confess. I don't believe a word the police say. They're allowed to lie to you. They're allowed to trick you. So, of course, I didn't believe that any of the things they were saying about OJ was accurate. Joe, we're at 975 subscribers. If you're watching now and you haven't subscribed, you're a piece of crap. Sorry. Please subscribe. Let's get us over that 1,000 hump so that we can do more walk and talks. We could become monetized. We could sell our t-shirts, our coffee mugs. And Joe, on the day that we hit 1,000, which would be about 2 weeks from now at the rate we're going, I'm giving away a lot of prizes, Joe.
Yes, watches.
I'm giving away watches. I'm giving away cash and blowjobs. That's a young kid, a moron, just lit off a whole thing of firecrackers.
Can't do that.
And he's sitting there going, man, I'm the man. No, you're a douche. People are laughing at you. You're a douchebag.
Really?
Yeah, it was, thank God it wasn't real bullets. It was firecrackers. Joe, I'm giving away watches. I'm giving away cash.
I need that cash here.
I'm giving away blowjobs. Giving away 2 blowjobs. And look at this, Joe. Came today. I said I'd give them away.
How are you?
Look at this, Joe. How cute is this? It's a Boogie Bob ring watch. Exclusive to the Boogie Bob show. Super cute. I don't think it's for big guys like me. I just got it today, Joe. What do you think?
Very, very good. Send one to Elizabeth.
Who's Elizabeth?
Elizabeth Taylor. What's the name?
Elizabeth Taylor? Elizabeth Taylor, I know you died 8 years ago and that you were into opulent, huge diamonds, but if you want my little $20 piece of crap ring, Joe wants me to send it to you. Somehow. By the way, Joe, if that big muscle-bound guy walks by today, I'm going to get in his ass.
You're going to give him a what?
I'm going to give him a watch and give him cash, and one of those blowjobs I talked about is going to him. I got people at the other table looking at it like, I want a blowjob. Joe, shall we start the show?
Yes.
Have we lollygagged long enough? What you do today, I don't want you looking at the watch. Don't waste your time looking at the watch. You can look at the ring. Look at the cute little ring. It's super cute. It says that it's 3:05. It's time to start the show. Joe, this is tragic. This is the kid. This is the Michael Jackson kid who's been on my show at least 6 or 7 times. I've seen him in the subway. I don't know how many times I've given cash, how many times I talked to him. Seen him in Times Square. He wasn't your usual hustler guy. He was the guy who would just dress up as Michael Jackson and kind of stand there until you put money in, and then he would He was very good and very talented. He was off his medication, Joe. The guy went a little bonkers, and he was murdered for the world to see. Choked to death for over 15 minutes. I'm praying that the guy who did it is at least held accountable. I don't know what the solution is. Every news channel was carrying it last night. Of course, Fox News was carrying it. And of course, they go in about what a piece of crap he was. He's a young black man. So, of course, he's a piece of crap on the Fox News. By the way, Joe, big news out of the Donald Trump camp. I know the other day you said he's a great guy. Isn't that what you said? You know what his first act, if he is elected, Joe, if he's re-elected, you know what his very first act is? A full Muslim ban. Now, he did it in 2015. It was thrown out by the Supreme Court, but Joe, he is going for a full ban on any Muslim coming into America. As a Muslim, Joe, you must not think that's a good idea.
25 million Muslims, what are you going to do with them?
He's going to stop them at the airport and say, you cannot come in.
They're here already.
I'm talking about the new ones that are trying to come in. If your friends and family from Yemen want to come in, the answer is no. This is a racist. I'm not going to get into it. I'm sorry. Got something really cool here, though, Joe. You know how much we love Alfred Kloos on our show.
How you doing, Mr. Alfred? How is it?
Alfred Kloos he's a celebrity in his own right. Everybody knows Engelbert Humperdinck. What a name. Can you imagine being in high school? My name was Bob Bowen, and all the kids at Fairfield High and Dover Sullivan, they called me Bob Boner. Bob Boner. David Young's neighbor, Keith Tamanaha, I think is the one who made up the name Bob Boner. With a name like Keith Tamanaha, what the hell is he making fun of me for? But I was Bob Boner. Boner is an erection, for those of you who don't know. So, listen to this. Engelbert Humperdinck was on YouTube yesterday. For the very first time, he did a live show. Colleen, you gotta hear this. We've got a celebrity in here. Rev don't know. This is a Boogie Bob exclusive. Look at this, Joe.
Very good singer.
He's a wonderful singer.
Wonderful.
There's Engelbert Humperdinck, guys. He went on, and the very first person in his very first live who was on his show is our very own Alfred Kloos. You be quiet, Rev. Listen to this.
World. I'm here. I can't see you, but I hope you can see me.
I hope you guys can.
You know, let me see. I'm looking into the camera, and I hope you're looking at me. Okay. I think those lights are a little bit bright. Can you turn that down a bit, please?
Here he goes. Listen closely. The very first name.
It's Alfred Kloos.
Alfred Kloos, right there.
Riffy.
Really?
Right there,
We
Joe.
can now. Am I too
In case
bright?
you guys
Keep down a
missed
bit, please.
Listen, Joe.
Hi. It's Alfred Cruz and
Hi,
Phyllis
Alfred Cruz.
Riffy.
Our
How
very
do we
own
can
Alfred
now?
Cruz
Am I too bright, people out
is
there?
an internet sensation. Where the hell all these kids running to, Joe? Got a whole bunch of Harry Potter looking kids running through here. Alfred Cruz, that's pretty exciting. I gotta be honest, I watched it like 5 times. Engelbert Humperdinck is a legend around the world. Tens of millions of people have listened to his music. Many people have did this to his music. I did this by myself to his music. Engelbert Humperdinck, God bless you. And Alfred Cruz. I don't know how old he is. That's our guy. Ambrose is the guy who does that. He's gonna
How
say,
you doing, Ambrose?
I'm gonna say that Engelbert Humperdinck has to be at least 80.
65?
No, dude, I'm 60.
78?
I'm 60. Listen to Engelbert Humperdinck when I was little. I'm gonna say Engelbert Humperdinck is 82. First of all, he looks very young. He looks better than us. Look at this. This is Engelbert Humperdinck. Look at this guy.
I think
Joe?
he is in his 70s.
Joe's saying he's 70. Where's
How you doing, Emmerich?
They did the hoo-hoo. It was his birthday the other day. Joe, you left him out.
Really?
Ambrose just said it was his birthday. I don't know if Ambrose said how old he was. Isn't he 89? 89. Can you imagine?
Really?
Yeah.
89?
Yeah, Joe, I was 69, but that was in college. Happy Cinco de Mayo, Joe. As you know, Cinco de Mayo means 5th of May. Cinco is 5. Mayo is May.
Happy Liquor Day.
Happy
Or Mexican.
Liquor Day. That sounds a little crazy, though. I'm going to say it sounds racist, but I
It's
valid.
not crazy.
Happy Liquor Day. My favorite bar had poker in the front and liquor in the rear. Shout out to Boogie Bob. This is a hat. We're going to be having cool merch. This is a Rev hat. Rev, this was a hat from Rev. I'm wearing the Boogie Bob hat. Joe, we've been on the air for, judging by my little pinky ring, been on the air for 12 minutes. You haven't done any news yet, Joe. What the hell? How was your vacation?
Martinez?
How's Martinez, the guy who doesn't exist? The only person who's not in the chat is Martinez. Hey, Joe, what's the weather looking like in New York City?
It's very beautiful today. 62 degrees.
It's correct. It is 62 degrees.
Very
I'm actually wearing a
nice.
jacket.
Very wonderful day.
Well, I've got some exciting news. After I leave the show, I'm going to see my shorty.
How you doing, Shorty?
There's Shorty, Joe. Next time you see her, Joe, I want you to say, how you doing, Shorty? She's going to like that. That is Bria. She's coming by. We'll go hang out. We started the news like 10 years ago. We started the news 10 years ago. It's before his subway death, Jordan Neely was stopped more than 24 times for mental illness. Joe, you're on the train and some guy who's probably a nice person is mentally ill come up to you, like the guy who attacked me. And in fact, the guy who tried to kill me just a month ago, that was a couple of years ago, just a month ago in the same spot, a homeless crazy guy tried to attack me because I had my umbrella out. He did attack me. Same spot. You're walking down the street, minding your own business, and a crazy guy, Joe. How often does that happen to you where a crazy guy walks into your
I
orbit?
just walk away.
Joe just walks away.
You don't bother. You pray for him.
I do. Look at this. Not that. Look at this. Now that's a lots of pasta. Lots of pasta losta. The person that wrote this should be fired. Lots of pasta losta. That's a pile of 500 pounds of pasta, Joe. 500 pounds. You know how long that would last me around my house? At least 2 days. Pasta la vista. This person should be fired and punched in the face. I can't imagine the writer sitting down telling the editor, I'm going to do a story on this pasta. What can I? Oh, Pasta la vista. A New Jersey town was awash with a mystery after hundreds and hundreds of pounds of cooked noodles inexplicably appeared along a creek bed in the woods last week before the town cleaned up the mess. Mounds of spaghetti, Joe. Spaghetti.
500 pounds.
500 pounds.
Who lit it?
I don't know. And other pastas, including ziti, were seemingly dumped by the stream near Veterans Park. A former council candidate estimated there had to be more than 500 pounds of pasta. That will be easy to find out what restaurant did that. I cooked my pasta last night. I cooked pasta last night. I don't know. Who the hell's throwing away 500 pounds of pasta? A big ass party? New York City let down the subway victim. Repeat failures to aid the ill vagrant. Guys, first of all, it is really hard to look at this. Here's the guy. Here he is taking his last breath as this moron choked him for 15 minutes. I think the guy's heart was in the right place, Joe.
He put himself in trouble.
Anybody knows you can't choke somebody for 15 minutes. Murder, she wrote. That's murder. I don't know. You're not subduing someone. A bear hug is subduing someone. Choking someone for 15 minutes is murder. I think his heart was in the right place when it started, and I think he got, I'm the hero. Look at me, everybody. I'm stopping this guy. Joe, they have video of him for choking him. There's about 40 or 50 witnesses have come forward already saying he choked him for 15 minutes. It's really hard, Joe.
There's cameras in the subway.
Well, there's also
in the car.
a Spanish man was standing there. He's been on every news channel. Doesn't speak English, but he knows how to push play on his record button. Joe, it's very hard because you cannot legally go up to a man or a woman who you think is mentally ill and then make them be arrested. If someone's walking by and he's twitching and talking to himself about purple elephants, you can't go, you're under arrest. It's just illegal. It's against their rights. So that's why a lot of these guys are walking around. I think if the government knew the extent of some of their mental illness, they would figure out a way to get them under arrest. Remember this guy? This is the piece of shit who pushed her. I did a whole show on this. I had the mayor on my show. The mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, on my show. When he pushed this lady, do you remember, Joe? He pushed the nice Asian lady on the subway tracks and killed her right here. Right at our subway station right here, Joe.
You look sick too.
What you do is don't let him out. He's going to do it again. He's going to hurt someone else. What a wiener.
$29 for one hot dog?
This reminds me of college. What a wiener. $29. Joe, you're going to spend $29 for a hot dog?
I can feed the whole family with that.
That's right. That's rich. The top dollar tube steak. Tube steak.
What is that?
Made from dry-aged briskets. Steals the show at Alex New Michon in Midtown. I remember one of my places did Pasalan, a Jewish place. I've taken you guys there several times. They made the paper because they had a $29 tomato. The tomato, Joe, one tomato was $29. So,
you know that big building they built next to our house, there is a restaurant. I looked at his menu, steak, dinner, $75.
yeah, that's not a place I go to.
But I see people walking in. I couldn't believe it.
Let's see, Joe, we're going to keep it moving. I'm not going to do the border stuff today. Donald Trump, his trial has now rested. We will find out Tuesday if he's going to be convicted of the rape and the salacious allegations against him. Proud Boys, Joe. Do you know who the Proud Boys are? The Proud Boys they deemed themselves as Donald Trump's army. They were the leaders of the January 6th riots.
Attackers of the White House.
Yeah, of the Capitol. Well, 4 of them yesterday, Joe, out of 5 were convicted of sedition. This is life in prison. This is the attack and trying to overthrow the government. Now they're trying to make a case of Giuliani and Trump as the leaders. We'll see how that plays out. But former Proud Boy leader Enrico Tarrio, I despise this guy. He's a horrible human being. Was convicted on Thursday. I didn't cry for him, Argentina. Of orchestrating a plot for members of the far-right extremist group to attack the Capitol in a desperate bid. The reason they attacked the Capitol, Joe, was to keep Mike Pence from certifying the election. They felt if they could stop that process, then Joe Biden could not be sworn in and Donald Trump would remain president. These guys are insane. But it almost happened, at least for the day, because they had thousands of people. So far, there's been over 1,000 people convicted of the riot, the insurgent, but only about 5 have been convicted of what is it called? Conspiracy. I don't know. I don't care. God bless them. Have fun in prison, my friend. You're going to be very popular with the Aryan Brotherhood. Let's see. A terror plot in Belgium bust. Joe, remember I said yesterday that Putin was very upset. He said that the Ukrainians had sent drones into Russia to attack the Kremlin and to try to kill him. Well, and he's saying that America was involved. Joe has rightfully said that this could go very, very badly. Now that he is saying that we have purposely tried to assassinate him. Well, it turns out these were Russians who did it. Russia has one of the greatest air defense systems. Those by every expert on the planet, those drones would have never even made it into Russia. They would have been shot down on the outskirts of Russia. These were downtown Russia because they were sent from downtown Russia, from vigilante groups inside of Russia, and they are saying that they are going to release a bunch on May 9th. May 9th is a huge event in Russia where they will be talking about Russian pride, and they will have these huge, over 1 million people to attend these parades, a parade on strength. Joe, are you here today? Yeah. Are you here? Okay, let's check it. Let me check a pulse. Joe, you have a pulse?
How is everything?
Joe's alive.
Okay, I'm listening.
Every now and then I gotta check his pulse to make sure he's breathing. Anyways, there will be, they said on May 9th, there will be havoc. And they might have to call off the parade. They'd be smart if they did. Ed Sheeran, Joe, do you know who Ed Sheeran is? I know he's one of your favorite artists. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. I'm in love with your body. Oh, wow, 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 wow. He is a phenomenal artist. Writes his own music, plays guitar really, really well, sings like a dream. Ed Sheeran was found not guilty on all charges of stealing copyright infringement from Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On. Now guys, there's only so many chords. An A, an E, a C minor. There's only so many chords. Rev is a huge rock star, he'll tell us. There's only so many chord progressions you can have. Dun, 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 dun. That's the chords. Now if you switch them and go dun, 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 still the same chords, just moved around. He had said all along that he had never done it, and the jury agreed that his music had absolutely nothing to do with Marvin Gaye. He spent millions of dollars, there's his songwriting partner, millions of dollars to defend himself, and I'm very happy that he was found to be 100% not liable for any copyright infringement. Joe, if I see that big guy walking by here today, I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind.
Today, what time he?
I'm gonna give him a piece of my ass. Mine. Sorry.
20 minutes to be here.
He will be about 10, 15. If he's working. He's Joe's good friend now. Hey Joe, wrong way. Long Island driver kills 2 boys. Going the damn wrong way, Joe. 2 14-year-old boys. Can you imagine, Joe? 2 14-year-old boys, probably best friends from school, 8th or 9th grade, killed when a wrong way drunk driver. This person should be murdered.
That's a murder.
He just destroyed
2 murders.
How many lives did he destroy when he killed the 2 14-year-olds? Their mother, their father, their brothers, their sister, their schoolmates. He has changed this, he or she, changed the trajectory of these young boys' complete future and their families. 2 14-year-old boys were killed when a wrong-way drunk pickup truck driver slammed into their car on Long Island. Mandeep Singh was driving a 2019 Dodge Ram south on northbound lanes at 10:30 when he smashed into a 2019 Alfa Romeo. It's a nice car. With 4 male teenagers inside. These teenagers were not joyriding, Joe. They were just doing their thing, minding their own business. 2 14-year-old boys who were not immediately identified, but police were pronounced dead at the scene. This is a horrific accident, Joe. 16 and 17-year-old boys also in the sedan were hospitalized in stable condition. Thank you, Jesus. Singh. This guy's name is Mandeep Singh.
What's his name? Singh?
Singh. Last name Singh.
He's Indian.
He is definitely Indian.
From
Now, if
India.
this was the Fox News, they'd be saying an Indian immigrant killed. I don't know anything about him, just because he's Indian.
No race, but he's
No
from
race.
India.
He's definitely from India. His name is Mandeep Singh. Of Rosalind was charged with DWI, aggravated vehicle manslaughter. He left the scene, Joe. This guy should do 50 years in prison.
Yes, he's in trouble.
They ain't saying he's Punjabi. I believe you're probably right.
2 genocide.
And again, his race or religion, ethnicity has nothing to do with this horrific act. He's a piece of shit.
If you're
That's what I
guilty,
say.
you go to jail.
He was taken to a local hospital for minor injuries. Minor injuries, Joe. Meanwhile, he destroyed the lives of...
He scratched himself, so he wanted to show that he was sick before
Joe
he
with
did
his
that.
crazy
Before he committed
analogy.
the crime.
Grisly mass slay scene was staged. A convicted Oklahoma rapist who killed 6 people, including 2 missing teen girls. Joe, last week, the parents said these 2 teenage girls were missing. Police went to a certain location to look for them and found 6 people dead, including the man they were with. And I don't know anything about this story, but I know that's what happened. And they found the 2 girls dead as well, both 16. The convicted Oklahoma rapist who killed 6 people, including 2 missing teen girls this week, appeared to have staged the grisly scene before taking his own life. Good riddance, asshole.
That doesn't help.
It doesn't help, but I'm glad he's not here. Without going into a lot of detail, that scene appeared to be staged. I think the bodies had been moved from where they were originally killed. The body of 39-year-old Jesse McFadden, set to be tried on Monday for soliciting child pornography, was discovered along with his wife. So he killed his wife, he killed himself, his wife Holly Guess, her children, Michael Mayo, 15, Tiffany Guess, 13. Police found the remains of Guess's daughter, Riley Allen, 17, and Brittany Brewer, 16, and Ivy Webster, 14, about a quarter of a mile down the road. What a horrible
Horrible story. Yes. I hope never happens.
Can we get a good story? Is there a good story in here, Joe? Let's see.
How is Jasmine?
How is Jasmine? Who's Jasmine, Joe?
My
Help me.
dog. How is he?
How is Jasmino?
Jasmine, you're
What's
right.
your dog's name? How is Jasmino, Joe? You're asking me. I don't know. I don't know what I know. I'm asking you. How's Jasmino?
Yeah.
Hello, Jasmino.
Brooklyn Diner.
Hey, Joe, you want to buy yourself a Brooklyn Diner?
Diner.
It's on sale for $2.5 million.
He went out of business because he has no business. So how can I buy it?
Or
If I have $95 in the bank.
He ran out of money.
How you want me to buy that?
It's a Williamsburg, Brooklyn landmark, Joe. A landmark. It's a greasy
What gonna do
spoon.
with it? Make it a grave for me?
They're holding out for a hero, Joe. Well, do you have $2.5 million? No, right? Do you have $2.5, Joe?
Yes.
Then you could buy this right now. Put a down payment. For nearly 100 years, this corner cafeteria has continued flipping burgers. I bet the rent is just astronomical. Look at the size of this thing. And
It's a good place to open up McDonald's. Or,
they're going to go
Wendy's.
Starbucks or something. Yeah. Thieves were off on the wrong foot. Thieves off on a wrong foot. I'm going to assume that they stole shoes. 3 people broke into a shoe store in Peru, Joe. They stole more than 200 sneakers. I already know. I haven't even read it yet, but I know what they did. You know what they did, Joe? They broke into the shoe store. Sneakers are big money, as you know, Joe.
yes.
They broke into the shoe store. They stole 200 pairs of shoes. The problem is, Joe, most of those shoes, if you go to a shoe store, they don't have both shoes there. They have the right shoe. You try on the right shoe.
They hide the left shoe.
They hide the left shoe. I think that's what we're going to get to here.
They will get caught anyhow.
They stole
Yeah.
200 pairs of sneakers, a worthless haul since they were all the right foot.
They put the guy out of
These
business.
morons, they're on eBay right now. Guys, if you want a deal on shoes, I got a right shoe you're going to love. You like Jordans? You like
Yeah.
Jordans? Well, I got a Jordan. I got a Jordan right, size 8. Oh, they're going to be arrested. The best bet is to throw them away.
Yeah.
Surveillance video captured the break-in by the 3 thieves who smashed a padlock in the middle of the night and fled on a tricycle. These morons don't even got a van. They're fleeing on a tricycle, Joe. That's a bike with 3 wheels. $13,000 worth of worthless merchandise in the Peruvian city of Huancayo. The stolen shoes, all for the right foot, will be hard to resell. Now they have to break in next week to steal the left foot.
There is no
With the
message.
footage and the fingerprints, we will be able to locate these individuals very quickly.
Yeah, I saw it.
Joe, you know the Texas murderer guy who killed the family?
He killed 6 people from one family. That's terrible.
What's wrong with my damn screen, Joe? I think I got a brand new phone case, and I think it's too
You
heavy
have
for
to
mine.
renew it.
I think the phone case is too heavy for mine. Ford Gimbal.
How is
Oh, you piece of sh!
How is your finger?
Give me a second, guys. I'm taking this. I'm in love of you. Cross and pull like a magnet do. I'm taking my my new case off. It's a really nice case. It's a beautiful case, but I think it's a little too heavy for old Betsy. Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow.
How you doing, Alfred Lewis?
Alfred Cluse is too big to talk to you, Joe. Hanging out with Engelbert Humperdinck now. It's a beautiful little case. It's simple, it's elegant, it's a little heavy for the gimbal. The Texas massacre migrant beat his wife. You know he was a piece of shit. The Mexican national accused of gunning down 5 neighbors in Texas was also accused last year of beating his wife. Why is that news on here? I mean, it's horrible and horrific, but I don't... He was also accused of littering back in 1970. I'm not denigrating the fact that he beat his wife. I'm just saying 3 or 4 days later, they bring up another story of this. They do it all the time. Next week they'll say he also did a drunk driving. He should have been in prison for beating his wife and never let out.
He's a coward.
He's a coward. Say it again, Joe.
He's a coward to beat the feminine.
He's a coward to beat a feminine.
Come to me and I show you what I do with you. Just one punch.
One punch.
I throw you 10 meters away.
10 meters. How far is 10 meters, Joe, in America?
Right
That's
over
30
there.
feet?
Right to the
How far is a meter?
meter is 100 centimeters.
Oh my God.
You know me, my hand is so strong, nothing can stand in front of it.
Joe, this is what it looks like. Russia is attacking supermarkets now. It's bad enough you live in Ukraine, you go to the supermarket now thinking that's off limits. No. They're attacking, look at all the blood on the ground. They're attacking supermarkets, libraries, schools. Man kills his kin in Georgia. Kin, Joe, it means family. A gunman killed 3 women, including his relatives, before turning the gun on himself. I think he should turn the gun on himself first.
Not to kill innocent people.
Kill himself first. I don't know. It just breaks my heart. The shooter fatally shot his mother. Joe, he shot his mother and his grandmother in their homes. The other victim was the assistant manager at a nearby McDonald's. Killed his mom, killed his grandma, then went to McDonald's for a Big Mac, killed the manager there. And then he died by suicide. He's also a coward, Joe.
You're stupid. Your mother and grandmother are angels.
They are angels now, for sure. God bless them and their family and the pain this person has.
If you destroy your mother and grandmother, you destroy their whole family.
New Jersey Republicans.
How is he doing?
He's doing, they want wind farm construction off the, they don't care if it kills a bunch of whales. Anybody who will purposely kill whales is a piece of crap. That's for you, Joe.
Yeah, they after the whales, maybe in 20 years you won't find any more whales.
Tomorrow, Joe. Tomorrow's a big day in Britain. Do you know what tomorrow is, Joe?
I was invited to the coronation of King
Joe's
Charles
invited to the
III.
Did
But
you say a
I-
coronation or a carnation?
Coronation. But I sent a message that I
Can't make it?
I've been busy. I can't
They
make
might
it
call it off if you're not there.
because I have some meeting, very important meeting. I can't.
Joe can't. Joe has a meeting with his doctor. There he is. That's when he was a little one. Look at King Charles. He was little Charles back then. Little Charlie. Wake up, Charlie. There he is. Many years ago. Now he will be the king. The queen was the queen for what, 100 years or something, Joe? She was queen since she was
The
little.
queen was
80.
79 years as the Queen of England.
Okay.
Now, last year she died, 6 months ago, I think. So,
They're calling Harry and Meghan traitors. A little harsh. A little harsh. The GOP, I talked to you about this yesterday, Joe. There's the, I told you yesterday.
spy?
No. According to the Fox News and to the GOP, this guy's worse than a spy. What could make this young man, this Navy man, worse than a spy, Joe? To them, worse to them, not worse to me. He's a drag queen.
Hello, honey.
There he is, and there he is as there she is.
Well, he makes the army very smooth.
made the army smooth. I don't know what Joe's talking about. I do know this. I told you yesterday that the GOP would cry about it. You're disgusting. You're destroying our country. You're destroying our army. This kind of thing. It's hatred. Please don't fall into the hatred. I don't care if some guy enjoys dressing up as a woman. That's his business. It has no effect on me. And if it has it on you, then you suck dick, probably. Sorry.
Be sure he's not gonna go to war.
I'm going to spend as little time. Oh boy, there he is. Look at the
Say
guy.
hello to him.
He's already looking over. Joe's already waving at him. That's Joe's buddy.
He wants you to.
Don't, Joe. Don't do that, bro. You're going to get me
it's
beat
okay.
up. No, Joe. There he
You
is.
don't want the people to see him.
I don't want you to tell him
He
that
say hello to you and you're knocked down. Say
There he is. There he is, Joe. He's waving. I know, Joe, but I
He likes to take his picture.
if you
You know, believe it, while you're looking at your camera, he was making like this.
I know, I'm looking at my camera, waving, he's waving. Joe's yelling, hey, come on.
No,
We're going to have him on my show, but when we're ready.
You're gonna have him on your show?
He's going to come on the show. Finally, you're going to get in a fist fight, and we're going to see if you're the man you claim you are, Joe.
No, he can't fight me. You know what happened?
Whoop your old ass, Joe. You don't want none of that. The guy has a chest like this, Joe. He's got arms like that.
What will happen if I fight with
You will die very quickly. And guess what, Joe? I will run. I'll be like, I loved you, Joe. You were a great guy once, Joe.
It was once.
Your hubris got over on you, Joe. Anyways, this is a young trans girl in school. It must be a very difficult life. Here's a boy. Looks like they're kissing. No, he's beating her up. I hope the kid is kicked out of school. You're going to beat up somebody because of their life, their sexuality. California high school student has slammed her district for allowing a transgender student who is biologically male to put women's safety in jeopardy by using the girls' locker room. They're still fighting over these lockers. Hopefully they'll be able to sort it out. I don't have the answer. I say make 3 bathrooms. I want to please everyone, Joe. I want to please someone. I don't want to say that this girl who was born genetically male doesn't have the right to feel the way this girl feels. If it was one girl out of 8 billion people, I'd say, oh, maybe she's mentally ill. It's not. There are tens of millions of transgendered people on the planet, and they should have the rights to live their life and be who they are. I'm never going to tell someone, you can't be who you are.
A lot of them in Thailand.
There are a lot in Thailand, and I'm going. I might get married to a really cute girl named Steve.
Thailand?
Yes, I love Thailand. I've always said that I'm going to...
How is the weather?
I probably would have went the last 8 years. But, Joe, it's a 20-hour flight.
Yeah.
You gotta fly for 20 hours, you get to Japan, and then you have to stay there for 8 hours. You leave here on a Tuesday and you get there on a Thursday. I can't handle it.
And you take a balloon from Tokyo to Thailand.
A balloon? No thanks. We're just going around the dial, though. A topless climate activist, Joe. They believe in global warming, climate change. I believe in it as well. This one put her money where her mouth is. She went topless and blocked traffic in Rome to protest the Italian government's climate policies. But there's a lot of guys in that car like, honey, I can't believe this. This is disgusting. We can't go anywhere. I have to sit here and watch
You can't fight the government.
for 3 hours. They're saying that, hello, Dolly. This is the Barbie movie. That's Margot Robbie. I love her. Barbie could be a breakout hit for flop-prone Margot. I don't think Margot has been in flops.
How you doing, Bobby?
She's been in Suicide Squad. Both of those were huge hits. She was in the Joker movie. She was in Wolf of Wall Street. I don't think she's in flops, but what do I know? God bless her. I hope she does well. She's very talented. Woody Allen, Joe. Woody Allen is the quirky New York actor, director, writer. I used to have a thing, Joe, when I would see a celebrity, I would walk by them, like I'm walking by you now, and I just go like this on your back. Hey, buddy, and I keep walking. I have slapped backs with everyone you could imagine. Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, slapped all their backs. Dustin Hoffman, Armand Asante, Bill Clinton, Nelson Mandela.
Al Pacino.
I got a picture with Al Pacino, slapped him on his
Last
back.
time I saw him about
That was
10
my
years
thing.
ago.
I slap him on the back, Joe. Well, Woody Allen was filming. He's a New Yorker. He's made about 50 movies. They're all right here in New York, all of them. And Joe, he was standing there. I walked by and I did this.
You know who
And he
I...
did this.
Yeah.
Joe,
Yeah.
he did this. I felt horrible. I felt like, oh my God, everybody's looking at me. He
You
was
know-
standing there, and Joe's ruining my story, but go ahead, Joe.
I believe
Tell me
you.
your crappy story.
I believe you.
I know you believe me, but why ruin my story right in the middle of it?
20 years
Outta here.
ago, whom I met, you think? On Broadway.
On Broadway? Well, I know you met Muhammad Ali, you met Arnold Schwarzenegger. Jerry Lewis, that's the one hero and idol of mine that I never got a chance to meet. I saw him one time from like 100 yards away. Never got to meet him.
You love his movie.
Love him. I love him. I love what he's done for
But
children.
he got very happy when
He did. He had ended up getting cancer, and they gave him medication. And the medication he took made him really, really heavy. The water and everything else in there. Okay.
Yes, people.
Woody Allen was standing there. I walked by. I go, hey man.
Woody Allen. Yeah.
Instead of even going, hey, how's it going? Dustin Hoffman was shook a little too. They're like, who are you talking? I've done it to Kanye West. I've done the old back slap on everybody. I tried to do it on Biggie, but Biggie was too quick. I didn't get Biggie. Didn't say hi. Slap him like this, and he goes like this. Ah! You would have thought I plunged a knife into his back. Alabama jailbreak pleads to dodge murder rap. Infamous Alabama inmate Casey White. Did you know about this story, Joe? We covered it. He had a woman who was the head of the sheriff's department break him out. Her last name also was White, no relation.
She ran away with him?
She ran away with him, and then Joe, they were on the run for about 5 or 6 days, and the cops caught him, and she was shot and killed. He lived. Infamous Alabama inmate Casey White pleaded guilty on Thursday to breaking out of jail last year with the help of his lover, and now dead. She was a jail boss, Joe. Vicky White, again, no relation, but she fell in love with him. My sister's been a correction officer. She's retired now at CMS, which is California Medical Facility. We had Ed Kemper, Charlie Manson. It's a very notorious prison in Northern California, 707 Vacaville, staying backwards, bitch. Anyways, my sister was a correctional officer there. She actually got a commendation from the governor of New York for saving a prisoner's life who was choking to death. My sister was no nonsense. She don't play around. But she said a lot of times they deserve prison too. The women at the correction officers fall in love with inmates. Start bringing them cell phones, drugs, and blowjobs and other things. And it's happened over and over and over again. They are looked at as the scum of the earth. This woman, Vicky White, she rose all the way up to jail boss. She was a boss. She had like 50 people working under her. One day she told the guys, I'm going to take inmate so-and-so to the court. And she did. And they said, okay. And she got in the car, drove off with them, and they escaped. It took about a week or so, but the cops finally caught up with them, and there was a shootout. She was killed. I think she killed herself. I think she shot herself, so she didn't go to
That's what
prison.
happened when you fall in love. Story. Terrible what happened to him.
Yes. Well, not as bad as what happened to Woody Allen when I slapped him on his back. I would, and 45 people looking at him. I didn't touch it. All I did was I did that. A father of a 24-year-old Illinois woman captured on video laughing after she fatally mowed down 2 people, asked online trolls to leave the family alone. She killed 2 people in a car, Joe, and then laughed. Obviously, I'm sure she was drunk. Stephanie Magloza. Her father, Patrick O'Brien, claimed the family had been inundated with hateful comments. You're going to get that. Your daughter kills 2 people in a car and then laughs about it. You're going to get that. Give me the address. I'll talk about you too.
Terrible.
A Kenyan court. Kenya. Joe, where's Kenya?
Kenya is on the East Africa.
So it's on
Next
the
to
continent of Africa.
Tanzania. Next to
Kenyan court Thursday released a bond on a televangelist. Remember we talked about this, Joe?
Tanzania. Yeah, they found many people dead.
Dozens
Yes.
of people who starved themselves to death, Joe. That was part of their religion.
This is some cult, you know.
That's correct. The cult leader was eating Big Macs while these guys starved to death. Anyways, I don't know. Joe, we're on page 27. I've got the first good story of the day. You ready?
Yeah.
I think it's a good one, Joe.
The baby and the homeless?
No, a homeless hero saves a baby. A homeless hero saves a baby.
That's very good news.
Heart-pounding video shows the moment a good Samaritan, who until recently is homeless, races to save a baby in a stroller from rolling into a 6-lane California highway. I saw the video last night. It's insane. A lady's getting out of her car. She puts the baby's in the stroller, and she's getting ready to close her door. She doesn't notice the stroller starts rolling down the hill.
Whoa.
She takes 2 steps, trips, and falls flat on her face, Joe, knocking herself out. I mean, she's just, and the stroller's,
Run it down.
you can see cars zipping by. And the stroller is headed towards the highway. And a hero. I didn't know anything about this story. I just saw the video. There's no sound on the video. The woman's closing her door. She looks up. She sees her baby carriage is now, her stroller is now about 8 feet away. She starts going after it to save it, which she could have done, but she trips. Splat, face first on the concrete. And I'm sure this is the same story. I watched the video last night at like 6 in the morning. A homeless man races to save a baby in the stroller from rolling onto a 6-lane California highway. Those cars on the California highway are going minimum 60 miles an hour.
100 miles.
The now viral footage from Monday shows a woman reacting in horror when her stroller starts rolling away as she gets out of her car in a parking lot in Hesperia. As the woman, the baby's great aunt, tries to chase after the stroller, high winds push it towards the busy freeway.
Yeah.
She falls and trips right on her face, Joe, on the concrete.
That's terrible.
The stroller appears to be just mere feet from the speeding cars when a man dressed in all black runs up from the right side and stops it just in the nick of time to save the baby's life. The hero was later identified at local news station WNBC LA as Ron Nessman, who was in the area for a job interview to escape several years of homelessness. He just got off the streets recently when he started living with his sister. I knew I could get it. God put me there.
I hope the mother gifted the father.
That, finally, after 27 pages of shit, we got a good story, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that, Joe. Saw something on the Kentucky Derby last night. One of the guys was either arrested or suspended. 4 horses died in a day, Joe, which has never happened there before.
Well, they get them
2
some
died
dog.
on the track. We don't know. 2 died on the track. It's going to be a big scandal. These horses are worth tens of millions of dollars, Joe.
Yes.
They are used to stud. These horses that you see racing, these are purebred horses. They're the most expensive horses on the planet. They are bred to run the races like the Preakness and the, I don't follow racing, and the Kentucky Derby. And they charge like $1 million for their horse to screw your horse.
Well, they are animal races.
I got $20 to screw someone once. It was $20. They wanted their money back.
If the animal is sick, they want him to run. That's a racist against animals.
It's racist against animals, according to Joe. Is that? Did you just say that?
Yes. I'm gonna stop that race because of the horse.
So if the horse is sick and they want them to run anyways for the money, it's racist.
Yes.
Joe, this guy, Epstein.
Yes, Epstein, I will read it.
He's dead, Joe. He got killed and supposedly hung himself in prison. Jeffrey Epstein, billionaire. Stephen Deckoff just spent $60 million to buy Jeffrey Epstein's famous Lolita Island.
What is that?
Donald Trump had been there.
Caribbean?
I'm going to give it to you in a second, Joe. They had Bill Clinton denied that he'd been there, but about 15 workers on the island all saw him there. One got his autograph, so he lied. They would fly out to the Caribbean. He would have all these 12 and 13-year-old girls there in bikinis. The 57-year-old Deckoff, who has nothing to do with Epstein other than he bought the island. $60 million seems like a pretty good deal if you're a billionaire. He plans to turn the infamous island, nicknamed as Pedophile Island. I don't think that's a very good name. Honey, you want to go on vacation? Where are you going to go? Aruba? No. I want to go to Pedophile Island. Not a good name. The smaller of the two dubbed Pedophile Island, and one is called Epstein Island, into a 25-room luxury resort slated for a 2025 opening. Both islands in Great St. James, Joe, Little St. James, Great St. James, they're definitely in the Caribbean, as you said. They were listed as $125 million, but nobody wanted to be linked to this.
They should have brought me that we have some islands for sale.
I'm getting ready to keep going. We were doing so good. We had a hero saving a baby. Now we got this piece of crap coming back. Joe, what time is it?
Astroscope.
It's Astroscope time. It's about time that I bust a rhyme. I'm not bust a rhyme, but when I bust a rhyme, I'm here to let you know we about to blow. It's time for the Joe Show. Let's go, Joe.
How are you, Joe?
How you doing, Joe? Wait, you're Joe. You're Joe. You can't say hi to yourself.
How many Joes over there?
Only one. There's only one Joe in the whole world. Hey, Joe, we're only doing 2 today.
Yeah, 2.
You want to do 2 or 3?
2.
Joe's like, screw you guys.
That's right. How are you?
How are you, Joe? Joe says hi to himself all the time. First one on the deck is Sagittarius. Let me get rid of the pigeon shit on the bottom of my thing. Damn it, Joe, you and your damn pigeons. I think Joe has trained the pigeons to shit on my DuPont shirt.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
That's nice, man.
Thank you. Got a nice napkin. And Aquarius, Joe. We did Aquarius yesterday, so let's do Aquarius again, but let's give them a 3rd as a bonus. A 3rd as a bonus. That's it. Nope. Can't do Aquarius twice. We're in the dawning of the age of a Scorpio. Age of a Scorpio. A Scorpio. A Scorpio. Damn it, Joe. This whole time I had a delicious Coke. Joe, this is zero sugar Coke. It's our sponsor. Our wonderful sponsor, Joe. Do you understand that there's total fat in this is 0? Sodium is 70 mega something, 70 megs. Total carbs is 0. Total sugar, you know how much sugar is in here, Joe?
0.
0. It's called zero sugar. What's your problem? And it's my lunch break. I could have a lunch break. These ain't your daddy's cookies. $1, Joe. They raised them up. I bought so many bags over there. They now raise them to $1.27. Okay. Someone saying Jacob, hold it, Joe. Stop the show. Jacob Bowen's in the house, bro. Jacob Bowen's my nephew. I love him so much.
How you doing, Mr.
One of the greatest human beings on the history of the planet.
Right.
Jake, I love you. I'm proud of you.
That's your brother's son?
That's my brother's son.
Very cool.
I think he could have been a pro basketball player. By the way, he's the second best looking Bowen in the family line, right after me. It goes me, then Jake, I think Cody's in the top 4 or 5. Bill's like in the top 12. Gene's down the pool. Gene's way down. I love you, Playboy.
My other dog name is Jake.
I would
That's
say
related to him?
yeah, your dog is related to my nephew. I would say he's single, ladies, but I don't know with him.
Sagittarius.
He's a Bowen, so he's a little bit of a player.
Well, we have Sagittarius.
Not like Uncle Bobby.
We have Sagittarius.
We have Sagittarius. Go ahead, Joe.
A lunar eclipse in the most sensitive area of your chart could make you somewhat irritable over the next 24 hours.
I'm irritable right now.
Those who knows the sign will do their best to stay out of your way. Those who don't will learn to recognize the sign of next time.
Okay. Hey, Joe, have you ever had an Aquarius in Uranus?
What is my what's your name?
Uranus! You're supposed to be the horoscope guy. You don't know what Uranus is?
Uranus. One day I will travel there.
I bet you will. I traveled there a few times back in college. Was not what I thought it was.
In my dream.
In my dreams.
Aquarius.
Joe, did you know that we're in the dawning of the age of Aquarius?
Yeah.
You didn't.
As today, lunar eclipse falls in the career area of your chart. You must resist the urge to tell people in position of authority, such as your employer and senior colleagues,
I don't have it.
what they are doing wrong. It is highly unlikely they will thank you for it.
I think while we're doing this, I'm gonna give you guys a bonus and let you look at Bria for a little bit. He's fun to look at, Joe. While I drink my soda, you look at fine ass Bria. By the way, we're doing a Boogie Bob, Boogie Bria show coming up. I think some of you guys are gonna like.
Scorpio. There will be times today and over the weekend too when you have to deal with one crisis after another.
That is true. I have to deal with crisis after crisis.
None of which will actually be your fault. Make a conscience by your fault. Make a conscious effort to catch your breath and count on it.
Count on it. Hey guys, you could follow Bria.
Then help other people to do the same.
It's nice to help people. You guys can follow Bria on Instagram. Got really cute videos. She just shot a video, a commercial for Japan yesterday, Joe. They made her eat a damn bloody steak. She's very picky with her food. I can't just take her down the street and say, hey, baby, you want to go to Burger King? She don't do it. Very, very picky, very bougie with her food. So she did a video. Hopefully I'll have some pictures and stuff. But you can go to Bria, BRIA _ that's like the minus sign on the bottom. Simone, SIMONE. Bria _ Simone. Or you can check her out on some of the videos on my show. We're doing a Boogie Bob and Bria show. Beauty and the Beast. Now, I don't know which one's the beauty and which one's the beast. I think I'm probably better looking. What else you got, Joe?
Born on this day.
Okay, here we go. This is my favorite part of the show, Joe, because this is when I get to tell you whether you got a shitty list or if I know my stuff or not.
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx was the father of communism. I don't know.
Yes.
Joe just says yes. I don't know. Joe, do you want some cookies?
Alice Faye.
I don't know who the hell that is.
Ann B. Davis.
Okay. No, Ann B. Davis was a actress. I don't know. Oh, Ann B. Davis. I think, Joe. I'm almost positive. She was Alice on the Brady Bunch. Ann B. Davis. Someone get in there. I need Ambrose. 911. Ambrose is our fact checker. He's the one that keeps Joe honest. Ann B. Davis, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Alice. It says right here.
Alice Faye.
Alice from the Brady Bunch. I believe so, yeah. Ann B. Davis stays an actress. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. I think James Vogel was jealous. I am old enough to be her father. I'm 60. I guess I have to date a 60-year-old for you to be happy for me.
Pat Carroll.
I mean, we've only been together for 8 years.
You know who is Pat Carroll?
Who?
Pat Carroll.
Pat Carroll. Never heard of him. Is that a guy or a girl?
Comedian.
I'm looking for Ambrose.
Pat Carroll.
Thank you, Carrie. I treat her like a queen. She's a queen. Plus, you don't put up with no bullshit. She's from the Bronx. You can't get away with putting up with no bullshit. She's very sweet, very smart. Very, very strong, independent woman. Pat Carroll is an American comedian and Emmy Award-winning actress in The Little Mermaid, Ursula, and Make Room for Daddy.
Okay, John Cannon.
Oh, God. Joe, your list is shit. I ain't never heard of none of these people.
His initial name was ACE.
I need to get Ambrose. I need to get Ambrose to New York. Ambrose will come up with a better list.
John Cannon.
Pat Carroll. I see Pat Carroll. I don't know John Cannon. I think even Ambrose is having trouble digging up this one. What else you got, Joe? I mean, I think Joe doesn't understand. The concept is to bring up people that we've heard of so I can see if I know who the hell they are. I don't know who John Cannon is. Never heard of him.
Lucy Simon.
Oh, God.
You know who she is?
No.
Folk singer.
Joe, you owe these people an apology. Ria's 27. My mom and aunt knew her as blah, blah, blah. Treatment says, oh, they say in the treatment, my mom and aunt knew her as Schultze. Pat Carroll, woman, did a lot of game shows. Okay, look at treatments in there. Ambrose, American comedian, Emmy Award-winning actress. Oh, that's Pat Carroll. What name are you on right now, Joe?
John Cannon.
Jan Cannon.
John Cannon.
John Cannon. Tanya Young. Hold on. David, when is Tanea? I hope I'm saying it right. Was her birthday today, David? Because I'm going to stop the show. David, I remember her passing. Very, very sad. I remember your Facebook post, if I'm correct. I think I am. Very, very sad day. Is that, David, is that today we're talking about? Anytime we lose a loved one, a friend, a family, someone we know, it's always sad. I like to think of them when they were here and the love that we shared. I'm not moving on with the show until I hear from David. David, we are going to do a special birthday celebration for Tanea. Joe, I would love it. Joe, if you could say a prayer with me for David and his beautiful family and beloved Tanea passed on this day. I can't imagine how tough it is. And I ask the Lord to bless you with strength and guidance and comfort. And you think of all the smiles the love she brought to you and your beautiful family and all those that knew her, and she was taken way too young. But I believe as a Christian that she is still with you in spirit and in love, and I know she will always be right next to you. God bless you, and God bless her and your entire family.
My deep sympathy for your lost love.
Today would have been her 54th birthday, so I don't want to sing happy birthday if it's not her birthday. If she passed today, I'm sending my condolences. If it's her birthday today, David, let me know it's her birthday, and Joe will sing. I don't want to sing happy birthday on the wrong day. Either way, God bless you. God bless your entire family. David comes from a beautiful family. Her birthday would have been today. Wow. She passed in June. Joe, I'd love it if you would sing happy birthday for David and his beautiful wife. It would have been her birthday today.
Yeah. Very, very beautiful day.
Happy birthday to me.
Tanea. Her name's Tanea.
Tania. Happy birthday again and again. We wish you to be in God's place. Happy, happy, happy forever and ever. Happy birthday to you. With my sympathy to your family.
Beautiful, Joe.
And for your loved one. Happy birthday to her.
That was a beautiful rendition of Happy Birthday. Joe makes them up as he goes. David, I hope that you find comfort knowing that everybody here loves you and prays for you and your entire family. And God bless you. And God bless beautiful. I hope I'm saying it right, Tanea. God bless. All right. Now I'm going to have trouble insulting Joe after such a beautiful rendition. Joe, you were kind and compassionate and nice.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. What else you got, Joe?
We have this guy, I can't even spell his name. Tommy Wynette.
That's a girl named Tammy Wynette.
Yeah.
Tammy Wynette was one of the most decorated singers in the country music genre. Stand by your man. Give him all the love he cares for. She was a huge singer. I don't know how many Grammys, how many records she sold, but she was a lovely woman who her life spiraled into a 25 or 30 year heroin addiction. I believe she finally broke it before her death, but she was so far gone, Joe. She had this a very, very, very rough life, even though she was very wealthy and she went through a lot. What else you got, Joe?
We have Michael Balin, he's an English comedian. He's 80 years old today.
Worst
You're not
list
familiar
ever.
with him.
Nope.
Steve Stevens.
Steve Stevens is a guitar player for Billy Idol and Michael Jackson, I think. Does it say what Steve Stevens does, Joe?
All right. Henry Cavill.
I gave up on Joe. Henry Cavill is an actor. Been in a lot of stuff. I think he was in The Last Temptation of Christ. I could be wrong. Superman as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we have an English
I quit.
singer.
I quit.
His name is Greg David. You're not familiar.
Who?
Greg David,
Greg David.
English singer.
I'm not familiar.
Okay.
R&B singer, I believe.
We have
Joe,
Adelaide.
you're listed shit.
Who is that Adelaide?
It's Adele.
Adele?
Yep. I went through the other side. I just ruined it. On the other side. Hello. I just called to say. Adele, beautiful singer, Joe. Just at a very good place in her life. Grammy award-winning singer. I reach on the other side. We could have had it all. I'm back.
Last one, Chris
I'm a
Brown.
hip hop gangster.
Chris Brown.
Okay. Well, I have mixed emotions about that, Joe, because he's one of the most talented singers, songwriters, choreographers, dancers, but he's also an abuser of women. He beat up Rihanna. He beat up 3 or 4 other women where charges were dropped or people were paid off. I will not wish him a happy birthday. No offense to anyone that supports him. Put your hands on a woman, you don't get no happy birthday from me, Joe.
All right, on the list of the dead
Could have
today,
had it all. What the hell's that Adele song?
Napoleon Bonaparte died on this day.
Well, Joe, you're the guy who knows all those guys. Tell me about
Well,
Napoleon.
the French think he's a hero, and I think he's not a hero.
He's a murderer.
He's a murderer.
Millions of people.
He
Joe,
murdered millions of people and animals too, because he went to Russia with hundreds of thousands of horses, and all they froze when they got to Russia.
Joe don't care about the people. He cares about the animals.
Yeah.
Joe, there's about 80 pictures of him painting portraits because there was no cameras. He's got his hand in his shit like this every time.
And,
What's this guy, a moron?
and they made him a hero.
He was
He's
5
a-
foot tall, Joe. The guy was 5 foot tall. He ran one of the biggest armies in the world. And
He was beaten all the way,
He did.
everywhere he goes.
he did have a lot of wars where he got his ass kicked a lot. But he had such a huge army, you could get your ass kicked a lot and then still somehow thrive and go on to somewhere else. Didn't he die on an island? They had him in prison on the island. He escaped, and then I don't know what happened to him.
When he died in the island, they took his remains and they brought them back to France, and they buried his remains, of course, bones or whatever, in France. And they built some expensive monument for him.
So what did they do with Jesus's remains? Jesus' bones.
Jesus didn't die. Jesus was raised to the
Very
heaven.
good.
Heaven.
Never forget when I was a little, not little, but younger. There was I went to church and the pastor was like, "Ain't no bones." Black pastor. "Ain't no bones. Ain't no DNA. You ain't finding his bones in the ground. And he is risen." What else you got, Joe?
We have David Lesser.
Who?
David Lesser
Who?
is a science fiction magazine editor.
I hate it.
If you remember Wonder Stones. Okay, you're not familiar.
That's the shittiest list you ever did, Joe.
Fiction, you know.
How
Fiction.
dare you?
Who is that? Del Crandall.
I quit.
You know who is he?
Nope.
He's a baseball Hall of Fame. You're not familiar with. a lot
He
of
gives a
people.
shitty name, and if I don't know him, I'm the bad
Are
guy.
you familiar with the girls and so forth?
I'm familiar with the girls. That's all I know.
If you tell him an actress, a girl actress, or a girl singer, he knows what
Yeah, you bring me a girl. If you say Ethel Merman from 1922, I don't know her. Sorry, Joe. I know you're a huge basketball fan. Joe, what's my favorite basketball team?
That's the boy.
What's my favorite basketball team, Joe?
Well, who cares? I don't even know.
How dare you? Who cares, he says, Rev. Who cares? My favorite basketball team is the Golden State Warriors, Joe.
You bet on those basketball? And
No,
football?
I do not. But my Warriors last night beat the Lakers 127 to 100. And like the fourth quarter, they put in their B list. So it could have been 3,000 to 100. Come on to the other side. I don't think of that Adele song I like. Could have had it all. What's that one? We could have had it all. The Tigers beat the Mets, Joe. 2-0. Judging by my ring. Joe, you got everybody out here yelling at us right now. You got pigeons on this guy. This guy's trying to eat a burrito. He just took a shit on his burrito. The one was turning around, staring at us, very angry. That guy right there. Turning around. He's got bird shit on his burrito, Joe. Please quit feeding the pigeons. At least till I leave. I don't know why. All these people, every single person out here hates our guts. Right now, I hate our guts. Joe, next time someone says, what time is it? I'm going to go, hold on, let me see. It's
121.
It's not 121, Joe. Are you crazy? It's 420. It's 421. I will be giving away a bunch of these, different colors. I've got gold, silver, white, pink, blue. I'll be giving a bunch of these. I'll be giving away some watches, some nice watches. I'll be giving away some shitty watches. I'm going to be giving away cash, not really, and 2 blowjobs. Giving away 2 blowjobs. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. When we hit 1,000, which should be in a week or so, I would love it if you would share the live. If you guys say, oh, the show's a piece of shit, don't share it. But if you're sitting there and you say, hey, I think my uncle might like this show. If you got an old, craggly, crazy uncle that might relate with Joe, or you got yourself a fine-ass shorty that might relate with old Boogie Bob, share the live. You got one person in your family, you just hit the button and you hit share. Share it. Maybe they'll subscribe and win a really crappy piece of shit watch. Joe, I want to thank you for tuning in. Were you here today, Joe? Was Joe even here today? I don't know. I want to thank everybody. Everybody. Anna, God bless you for your support. I appreciate you. Karina, been there for so long. Karina, God bless you as well. Nayan. A Bronx girl's in the house. Thank you so much, a Bronx girl. I can't see them all. Ari Sanders, how are you? Treating, what's poppin'? Rev is here? I didn't know Rev even watched this show. I want to thank Rev for all the wonderful things he does behind the scenes. When I call him up suicidal about my horrible numbers, he always talks me off the ledge. Tomorrow we've got a great show. Queen Latifah's going to be here. That should be fun. Mr. Botch coming in from Norway, Joe. Mr. Botch flying in from Norway to be on the show. That should be fun. Colleen, I love you. You already know that. Ambrose, can't thank you enough for all the wonderful things you do for the show. Sugar Bay, you already know what it is, girlfriend. You know what it is. Do I have to tell you? You already know. Treating, God bless you. Treating, thank you so much. And hit the like button before you go. Right now, every person that hits the like button gets $10 from Jordan Joe. $10. Joe, are you prepared to give, how many likes do we got? We got 70 people in here. Let's see how many likes we got. We got 48 likes. Joe, are you willing to give away $480 right now? Tunisia, I love you. Seashell sells seashells down by the seashore. Seashell, I put up a great video of The Rock. Me and Bria meeting The Rock from 800 feet away last night. The Rock is a Hawaii guy. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I love you all very much. RJ, I can't even tell you how much I appreciate you so much. Glenn Schultz is in the house. Glenn, how are you? From Iowa. That's my mama's hometown.
How you doing, Iowa?
Iowa Oak is not here today, but Iowa Oak is also an Iowan. He does my sports. Trigger Babe, thank you so much. Mr. Bot, God bless you. Everybody, please be kind and loving to each other. Be good to yourself, because that's where it starts. If you want to say a prayer for my dear friend David Young and the beautiful Tanea, I would really appreciate that. Kevin Butler, God bless you. Thank you so much. Your old friend Kevin Butler's here.
How you
today,
doing, my friend? haven't had that long time.
Thank you all for tuning in. Until we meet again, be good.
God bless.
Bless you. Joe, I think I'm going to Taco Bell.
How about